This is your host, Dub FFG, with the Fantasy Football GOAT Strategies. How's it going today? Today, we're talking about Week 5 and its outlook. Let's get to it. Now, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel so we can continue to bring good content to you. First, Week 4 recap. We had 9 choices. We got 5.5 of those right and 3.5 of those incorrect. So, that's a 63% success rate, down 6% from the previous week. And of course, you know, here at FFGS, we want to be 70% and higher. So, still got a little work to do. We'll definitely correct that in the future. Week 5, must start and sleepers. We're looking at Romeo Doubs versus the Giants, Breece Hall versus the Dolphins, Khalil Herbert versus the Vikings, and Cooper Rush versus the Rams. For IDP and DST, we're looking at Forsay Oluokun versus the Houston, Bobby Wagner versus Dallas, and the Jags versus the Texans. Our stat combo for the week, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. You shouldn't go wrong there. That should be very highly productive. And our Week 5 notable injuries. This is our weekly Christmas list, unfortunately. But it's expected around this Week 3, Week 4, Week 5 range. Let's get to it. Cordell Patterson, he's on IR for the Falcons. Kyle Pitts, he shows up on the list because he suffered a hamstring injury. T. Higgins, ankle. Noah Brown, neck, should still play. Melvin Gordon III, neck for the Broncos. Russell Wilson, shoulder, should still play. Amon-Ra St. Brown, ankle. DeAndre Swift, shoulder. Jonathan Taylor, he's been ruled out with the ankle injury. And Shaquille Leonard, also known as Darius Leonard, linebacker for the Colts. He has a nose and a concussion issue, so he's out as well for the Thursday night game. Week 5, let's look at it. The number 5 deals with power and change. So, with power and change, that's normally the storm. If you ever watch the movie and the hero is just cruising along at the beginning of the movie, then all of a sudden there's a change. This is what Week 5 represents. And normally when that change comes in theater, there's a storm. There's some kind of rainstorm, tornado, something very drastic happens. And this is what Week 5 represents. We look at the structure of the number 5. It's very open-ended on both sides. So it's built for change. So this in fantasy football, this is representation of change in your position. Look at the Steelers, their quarterback situation. They need a spark, according to their coach, so they're going to start Kenny Pickett. Teddy Bridgewater is starting down in Miami because there's a storm that's hit. Tua's injury, which is a major head injury. So how long he's out, we don't know. So different teams are dealing with different changes. Again, look at the Falcons. They have 2 new running backs that they have to start because their RB number 1 is currently injured and on IR. So 5 deals with change and power. That change can bring you power, or that change can leave you powerless. That's what analytics and your gut tend to battle with. Because analytics is things like what you're hearing now from me. Who to start, who to sit, who to pick up. But your gut tells you something different sometimes. Analytics is normally dealing with left brain power because that's the programming. That's your analytical side. That's your mathematical side. But your gut is dealing with your intuition, your right brain side. So this is the battle that takes place in Week 5, beginning in Week 5 in most cases. Analytics versus the gut. Which do you go with? Because some of your studs, let's use Alvin Kamara as an example. He hasn't performed up to stud level. So now, do you continue to use the analytics or use your gut? Because you know he's a stud and you know he's bound to go off at some time. But he hasn't performed. So this is the challenge that you're having week after week with some studs that aren't performing up to their level. Do you go with analytics or do you go with the gut? This is Dub FFG, your fantasy football GOAT strategies. Till next time. Hey, it's football season. And watch your favorite team with Sling TV. No contracts, all streaming. Watch your favorite program starting as low as $35 per month. Yeah, that's right, $35 per month. Click the link in the description and get started enjoying your favorite programs and watching your favorite team with Sling TV. It's that time of year again, and it's time to get your team gear. From hats and apparel, Liz has the answers. This season, Liz has your favorite team's sideline gear. Click the link in the description to get your favorite team's gear. Lids.